Below is an extended narrative telling the inspiring story of a specially trained Pitbull who serves as a therapeutic companion for children with autism. This story weaves together detailed descriptions of the dog's daily interactions with an autistic child, heartfelt interviews with parents and therapy experts, and reflections on how this unique bond has transformed lives and enriched the quality of care for children on the autism spectrum. In a tranquil suburb nestled among tree-lined streets and quiet parks, the Rivera family's home exuded warmth and a sense of belonging. The house, a modest yet lovingly cared-for dwelling, was filled with gentle light and soft sounds of laughter, music, and the rhythmic tapping of rain against the window panes during the cooler months. It was in this comforting environment that little Mia, a bright and inquisitive 8-year-old with autism, spent her days. Mia's world was one of vivid colors and deep, sometimes overwhelming sensory experiences. She often struggled to connect with others and found the chaos of everyday life difficult to navigate. Her parents, Laura and Miguel, were determined to provide her with the tools and support necessary to help her feel safe and understood. And they had long been searching for a way to bridge the gap between Mia's internal world and the challenges of the outside one. The breakthrough came when they met Bella, a striking pit bull with a calm demeanor and soulful eyes. Bella was not like the typical dog one might imagine. Her sturdy frame and powerful presence were tempered by an innate gentleness and a sensitivity that set her apart. Trained specifically as a therapy dog for children with autism, Bella had been selected for her natural ability to sense emotional shifts and subtle changes in a child's mood. From the moment Bella trotted into the Rivera family's life, it was as if she understood the silent language that Mia spoke. The connection was instantaneous and profound, a meeting of two souls who recognized each other's vulnerability and strength. Mia, who had long struggled with the overwhelming nature of social interactions and sensory overload, initially regarded Bella with cautious curiosity. During their first encounter, Bella approached Mia slowly, head lowered and tail wagging in a gentle, unthreatening manner. Mia's eyes widened, and after a few hesitant moments, she reached out a tentative hand to pet Bella's soft, warm fur. That simple act, so fraught with the possibility of sensory overload for Mia, marked the beginning of a transformative relationship. Over the next several weeks, Bella became a constant presence in Mia's daily routine. Whether it was during therapy sessions, family outings, or quiet moments at home, Bella's calming influence helped Mia navigate the sometimes tumultuous waters of her emotions. On many afternoons, the Rivera family would visit a nearby park that was known for its quiet, natural beauty. There, amid the soft hum of nature and the gentle rustling of leaves, Mia would sit on a low bench as Bella lay quietly by her side. The atmosphere was one of serene companionship, and Bella's presence seemed to create a protective bubble around Mia. Neighbors often watched with admiration as Bella would occasionally nudge Mia's hand or rest her head gently on Mia's lap, as if to say, "I'm here for you." These tender moments, captured on film by local caregivers, soon became part of a growing narrative that highlighted the incredible bond between therapy animals and children with autism. As Bella's role in Mia's life grew more prominent, Laura and Miguel began to notice tangible changes. Mia's episodes of distress, once marked by sudden cries and withdrawal, became less frequent. In situations where Mia had previously become overwhelmed by sensory input, such as loud gatherings or unfamiliar environments, Bella's subtle cues helped to ground her. The dog's instincts were uncanny. She seemed to know exactly when Mia needed a calming presence. On one occasion, during a particularly challenging day at a crowded community event, Bella began to rest her head on Mia's shoulder and gently nudged her as if guiding her to a quieter corner of the venue. The shift in Mia's behavior was evident to everyone around her. Teachers and therapists, who had long struggled to help Mia cope with the unpredictability of social situations, remarked on the difference Bella made. "It's as if Bella creates a safe space for Mia," noted one occupational therapist in an interview. "When the dog is near, Mia is more engaged, more open to interaction, and less anxious. Bella's presence has given her a bridge to connect with the world." Local media soon picked up on the Rivera family's story, and Bella's image, the gentle, watchful pitbull with compassionate eyes, became a symbol of hope for families facing similar challenges. In several in-depth interviews on local television, Laura spoke tearfully about how Bella's intuitive care had transformed Mia's daily life. We had always worried about Mia's isolation and how difficult it was for her to express herself. Laura explained, her voice trembling with gratitude. Then Bella came along, and it was like a switch was flipped. Suddenly, Mia was smiling more, interacting with other children, and even showing the beginnings of social connection. Bella isn't just a pet, she's a lifeline. These testimonials resonated deeply with viewers, many of whom had personal experiences with autism or knew someone who did. The story sparked discussions in parent groups and educational forums, with many families expressing interest in therapy dogs as a complementary form of treatment. Therapy experts and animal behaviorists were quick to weigh in on Bella's role. Dr. Helen Carter, a leading psychologist specializing in autism spectrum disorders, explained that the presence of a calm, empathetic animal can have profound therapeutic effects on children with autism. Dogs like Bella have an extraordinary ability to mirror the emotions of those around them. She noted during a recorded interview, they provide tactile comfort and a non-judgmental presence that helps children feel secure. Bella's natural intuition is not something that can be easily taught, it's a gift. And in Mia's case, it has been nothing short of transformative. Dr. Carter's insights were supported by numerous studies that indicated children with autism often benefit from interactions with therapy animals, which can improve social skills, reduce anxiety, and even enhance communication abilities. In one particularly touching segment filmed by a local documentary crew, Mia was seen engaged in an art therapy session at a community center. While other children painted and molded clay, Mia worked quietly at a table with Bella by her side. The camera captured the moment when Bella gently rested her head on Mia's outstretched hand as if guiding her brush strokes on a canvas. The simplicity and sincerity of that gesture spoke volumes about the unspoken bond between them. Interviews with the art therapist later revealed that Mia's work had become noticeably more vibrant and expressive since Bella had become a part of her life. There's a newfound fluidity in her movements, the therapist explained. It's as though the dog's presence unlocks something within her, a creative energy that had been suppressed by anxiety and fear. Bella has helped Mia find her voice in a way that words cannot capture. As Bella continued to serve as Mia's constant companion, the Rivera family began to incorporate her into more structured therapeutic settings. They enrolled in a program that combined traditional behavioral therapy with animal-assisted therapy, where trained professionals would guide interactions between the child and the dog in a controlled, supportive environment. These sessions were designed not only to help Mia manage her sensory overload but also to foster social skills through guided play, interactive exercises, and structured routines that involved Bella. During one such session at a therapy center, Mia was encouraged to participate in a game that involved gentle touch and shared attention. Bella, ever the patient mentor, approached Mia with a calm, unhurried pace. When Mia hesitated, the dog gently nudged her hand with his nose, offering both a tactile cue and an emotional reassurance that helped her take the next step. The breakthrough moments in these sessions were celebrated by therapists, who documented how Bella's presence resulted in measurable improvements in Mia's responsiveness and engagement. Over the months, the impact of Bella's companionship began to ripple outward, influencing not just Mia's behavior but also the overall atmosphere within the Rivera household. Family dinners became livelier, and conversations that had once been stilted and awkward gave way to shared laughter and small acts of spontaneous connection. Bella's calming influence seemed to extend to every member of the family, strengthening bonds and creating an environment where vulnerability was met with understanding rather than judgment. Miguel, Mia's father, often recounted how, on particularly challenging days when stress and worry threatened to overwhelm him, a glance from Bella's gentle eyes would remind him of the strength found in unconditional love. Bella has taught us all that compassion isn't something we have to seek out externally. It can be right here in our home, he remarked during a candid interview with a local radio station. Local community centers and autism advocacy groups soon began to invite the Rivera family to speak at events, where they shared their story in the hope of inspiring other families facing similar challenges. At a large conference dedicated to autism awareness held in the city's convention center, Laura and Miguel spoke about how Bella's intuitive care had not only improved Mia's quality of life but had also opened up new avenues for therapy that integrated both traditional and alternative approaches. The audience listened intently as Laura described the subtle cues that Bella used to alert her to Mia's rising anxiety: a slight change in the dog's posture, an increase in the frequency of his gentle barks, or a focused gaze that seemed to search for the source of the distress. "It's a dance of understanding," Laura explained, her voice both gentle and resolute. "Bella communicates with us in a way that transcends words. She senses what Mia can't express and helps us bridge that gap." The presentation was met with heartfelt applause and numerous follow-up conversations, many of which were shared on social media platforms under hashtags like #TherapyPitbull and #HealingPaws. In the aftermath of these public engagements, research into the benefits of animal-assisted therapy for children with autism gained new momentum. Universities and research institutes took note of the Rivera family's experience and began conducting studies aimed at understanding the neurological and psychological impacts of therapy dogs on autistic children. Preliminary findings, which were later published in reputable journals, indicated that the presence of a compassionate animal like Bella could reduce anxiety levels, improve social responsiveness, and even enhance communication skills in children with autism. Researchers highlighted that the tactile stimulation provided by a therapy dog, such as gentle nudges, soft fur, and warm, comforting weight, could activate calming neural pathways and foster a sense of emotional security. These scientific breakthroughs lent further credibility to the Rivera family's story, positioning Bella as not just a personal savior but as a symbol of the transformative power of animal-assisted therapy. Interviews with experts in the field added additional layers to the narrative. Dr. Samuel Klein, a pediatric neurologist specializing in autism, explained in a televised interview how therapy dogs have become an essential complement to traditional treatments. The interaction between a child and a therapy dog can open up a new realm of possibilities. He said, "When a dog like Bella is present, it creates a safe, non-judgmental space where children can experiment with social interactions and build trust. This can lead to significant improvements in their overall development." Dr. Klein's insights resonated with countless families, many of whom had long sought alternative methods to support their children's unique needs. The emotional impact of Bella's role was also vividly captured through intimate interviews with Mia herself, conducted with the help of a child psychologist skilled in nonverbal communication techniques. Although Mia's verbal responses were limited, her eyes sparkled with a newfound confidence when Bella was by her side. In a series of gentle, play-based therapy sessions recorded on video, Mia demonstrated subtle yet powerful expressions of connection, smiling, reaching out to pet Bella, and engaging in social interactions with other children under the watchful, comforting gaze of her canine friend. These visual testimonials, when shared online, inspired a wave of responses from parents around the world who saw in Mia's progress a glimmer of hope for their own children. The Rivera family's journey with Bella eventually led to collaborations with local animal shelters and therapy dog training programs, recognizing the potential of a compassionate pit bull in the realm of autism therapy. These organizations began to incorporate Bella's methods into their training curricula. Workshops were held where other therapy dogs were trained to recognize and respond to subtle cues in children's behavior. And the techniques developed by the Rivera family were shared in conferences and seminars. The success of these programs reinforced the idea that, with proper training and an environment of love and support, dogs can play an integral role in transforming the lives of children with autism. Community reactions continued to pour in, both online and in person. Social media posts celebrated Bella as a "Healing Paws" hero, and local newspapers featured cover stories detailing the Rivera family's extraordinary journey. One widely shared article recounted how Bella had been the catalyst for Mia's breakthrough moments, quoting Laura as saying, "Bella doesn't just help Mia cope, she helps her thrive. Every day, I see my daughter blossom a little more, and I know that her gentle guardian has a lot to do with that." These stories not only elevated the status of therapy dogs in the public eye but also sparked broader conversations about the integration of alternative therapies into mainstream education and healthcare for children with special needs. As the years passed, The partnership between Mia and Bella deepened. Their day-to-day lives became a tapestry of small yet significant victories, a new word learned. A social interaction initiated with a smile, or a moment of calm during a previously overwhelming situation. The resilience and joy that Bella brought into Mia's life were evident in every shared glance, every gentle pat, and every moment of quiet companionship. The Rivera family often reflected on how their once struggling journey had transformed into a celebration of life, thanks in large part to the unconditional love and intuitive care provided by their therapy dog. Local community centers and schools continued to honor Bella's legacy through annual events, art contests, and creative workshops that highlighted the power of animal-assisted therapy. These events became a platform for families, therapists, and educators to share their own experiences and celebrate the diverse ways in which therapy dogs could enhance the lives of children with autism. In one memorable community festival, a large mural depicting Bella with Mia was unveiled at the town square, a vibrant, colorful homage to the bond between a child and her canine guardian. Neighbors, many of whom had witnessed Bella's impact firsthand, gathered around the mural with pride and gratitude, their conversations filled with hope for the future. The long-term effects of Bella's intervention extended even to the realms of academic research and public policy. Studies conducted by local universities found that children who interacted regularly with therapy dogs exhibited lower levels of anxiety and improved social functioning compared to those who did not. These findings were presented at national conferences and later published in peer-reviewed journals, solidifying the role of therapy dogs in enhancing quality of life for children on the autism spectrum. As a result, several local government initiatives were launched to promote the inclusion of therapy animals in public schools and community health programs, ensuring that families like the Riveras could benefit from these life-changing partnerships. Throughout this transformative journey, the unwavering bond between Mia and Bella remained the heart of the narrative. Their connection was celebrated in countless ways, through heartfelt testimonials, poignant photographs, and inspiring public speeches. On quiet evenings at home, as the golden light of sunset filtered through the living room window, Mia could often be found sitting quietly with Bella nestled at her side, her small hand resting gently on the dog's warm fur. In these moments, the challenges of autism seemed to melt away, replaced by a sense of serenity and belonging that radiated from the simple, profound act of unconditional love. In reflective interviews, Laura and Miguel spoke about the profound change they had witnessed in Mia. Before Bella, we worried constantly about how isolated our daughter felt, how overwhelmed she was by the world around her. Miguel shared in an interview with a local magazine. But with Bella by her side, we see her opening up, connecting with others, and experiencing moments of joy that we never thought possible. Bella has given us hope and shown us that every child has the potential to thrive when given the right support. Their words resonated with audiences across the community, inspiring many to consider how alternative therapies and compassionate care could transform lives. As the Rivera family's story continued to spread, it became a beacon for those in search of hope and healing. Conferences on autism and animal-assisted therapy frequently featured case studies from their experience, and local support groups formed networks that provided advice, encouragement, and practical tips for integrating therapy dogs into daily life. The impact of Bella's presence was felt far beyond the confines of one home. It sparked a movement, a renewed commitment to exploring all avenues of care for children with special needs. Parents exchanged stories online, therapy experts shared new research findings, and communities rallied around the idea that the healing power of love could manifest in even the most unexpected places. In one of the final chapters of this unfolding narrative, the Rivera family hosted an open house at their home, inviting neighbors, educators, healthcare professionals, and local media to witness firsthand the daily interactions between Mia and Bella. The event was filled with demonstrations of therapy dog techniques, interactive sessions where visitors could learn about the benefits of animal-assisted therapy, and intimate interviews with Mia, who, with a gentle smile, expressed her gratitude in her own unique, wordless way. The open house not only celebrated the remarkable bond between a child and her therapy dog but also served as a reminder that every life, regardless of its challenges, could be enriched by compassion, patience, and the quiet heroism of a loving companion. By the time the Rivera family's story had fully woven itself into the fabric of the community, it was clear that the impact of Bella's intervention was immeasurable. The once isolated world of an autistic child had been transformed by the gentle presence of a pit bull whose instincts had unlocked a new realm of possibility. A realm where fear and uncertainty gave way to connection. Where silence was replaced by understanding. And where every day was a step toward a brighter future. The legacy of Bella, the therapy pit bull, was now celebrated not only as a singular act of kindness but as a powerful movement that embraced the best of what humanity and animals could achieve together. In the end, the story of Mia and Bella stands as a testament to the extraordinary power of love and loyalty. It reminds us that sometimes, the smallest gestures, like a gentle nudge from a caring dog, can spark a revolution of hope, transforming lives and building bridges between hearts. The Rivera family's journey continues to inspire countless individuals, as their story is shared in classrooms, support groups, and community events, echoing the timeless truth that when we open ourselves to compassion, miracles can happen.